Okay? Now, personal example. My parents, when I was growing up, were, shall we say, very challenging emotionally. And I got to a point, at a certain point in my early adulthood, where I just had to separate myself from them. And I did not communicate with them actually for several years. No calls, no visits, no nothing. No letters. And after several years, during which time I was engaged in all these spiritual practices that I've been doing up until the present time, my father wrote me a letter and said, it would really be nice to see you again. And I looked at the letter, and I had rejected previous attempts at communication, but I just looked at the letter differently that day. And I said, okay, sure. And we met. There was a family function going on. I think it was my brother's birthday, and they were having a party. And so I went. And I had a wonderful time. And I had a wonderful time with them. And they were, you know, just very nice people. And since that time, I've had a great relationship with my parents. Whereas before I removed myself from them, I couldn't stand to be with them. And, you know, wish them all kinds of harm, which sounds very un-Buddhist, but hey, there you go. But the thing is, since that reconciliation, they have not said a cross word to me yet. And if they did, I would probably handle it with a lot less reactivity than I would have before. So to answer your questions on, yeah, sometimes you just have to get away from the negative influences to be able to release the blocks, to give yourself the space and the safety to release the defense mechanisms that you've been using up to that time to defend yourself against that emotional onslaught, what we call objective reality. But they're not that reality itself. But we react to thoughts as though they were reality. We identify ourselves, yes, Zahn, thank you, we identify ourselves as our thoughts. If you think you know who you are, don't think again. Because thinking is the problem, not the solution. Any other comments or questions? The thing that is important is the solution. Thank you, Katie. All right, yes, and the solution is simply to get out of thinking mind and back to full presence in the here and now. Like you did during the exercise at the beginning of the talk. The whole ABC. Shift your attention away from the thoughts. Attend to your breathing. Attend to your inner body, feeling your body from the inside out. And to the sense perceptions that you're having but without filtering them through thoughts, without filtering them through judgment, without saying this is good, that's bad. So sometimes it's easy to do. And when we meditate and we take time apart and, sit, stop activity, and we just focus on becoming present, it's easy to do. It's not as easy to do because of our attachments, because of our blocks. It's not as easy to do when you're driving on the interstate and you're stuck in traffic and you have to be home in 10 minutes. It's not as easy to do when you're trying to get onto a network and that you should be able to get onto and it's not happening. It's not easy to do when you're having a disagreement with your spouse. Thanks, Talon. I'm glad you shared this experience, but wish you did not have a bad day. Well, think of it this way. As a result of the awareness that was cultivated that day, the potential for bad days in the future has been reduced.
Everything that doesn't kill us makes us stronger.
Right, and as Shweta just said to me, anything that doesn't kill us just makes us stronger. How's that for a positive note?